Hey, what's up, everybody? The video you about to watch, it may or may not apply to you. I mean, if you a parent and you did all what you can do to try to raise your child, and yet they straight away took a different path, and you truly did all what you can do, and you did your best, then this video does not apply to you at all. This video applied to the person who know they could have done better, but yet they did that downplay their kids, didn't build them up, always just tear down their kids, and they want to listen because they feel like they're the parent and they don't have to listen to their kids. This video is for you. Uh, every video that I make, as far as these videos every video that I make, it always apply to me first. I'm not perfect, and I'm learning too as I make these videos as well. So these videos is for me as well as it's for you. God bless you guys. Peace. Hey, what's up, everybody? Look, I'm not gonna hold y'all too long, but today I certainly want to talk to y'all about our kids. I think it's very important that you talk to your kids these days. Listen to what they have to say. A lot of kids feel like they can't talk to their parents because as parents we are so judgmental. And you need to be very open-minded when it comes to your kids. Because it seems like kids are going to everybody but the parents because they feel like we won't listen to them. It's very important that you love on your kids. That you sit there and just listen to what they have to say. Be very open-minded. Just give them a listen ear because nowadays you can see what the world is doing to our kids. That's why you got so many kids out here that are so lost and feel like they can't talk to anyone. And that's why some of them are committing suicide and some of them are turning to drugs and alcohol and all kind of things because we are failing the kids. The parents are failing the kids. Because I feel like a lot of parents are being selfish and only thinking about themselves and they're not listening to their kids. So, if you really want your child to listen to you, you have to be open-minded and listen to them. Not talk at them, but just talk to them and give them great advice. And you have to let your kids be very comfortable. I mean, we've been knowing each other, dealing with our kids their whole life. But it seems like there's a gap between us and the kids because they feel like they can't come to us about nothing. So I'm just telling all the parents out there, listen, be very open-minded. Listen to your child. Love on your child. Don't beat your child down when stuff go wrong with them. Uplift them. Build them up. Don't be so judgmental when it comes to your kids. Listen to them. But still, at the end of the day, you still got to be a parent. That's not going to change. But you have to listen to your child. You can't always beat your child up about things when they do something wrong. It gotta be a balance. It have to be a balance. You could tell them where they wrong at, but at the same time, give them love as well. And just sit down with your child and have a one-on-one with them. Even though you got multiple kids, deal with them one-on-one. Because every child is different. And you really got to just love on your child. Show them love. Because 9 times out of 10, we barely show them love. All we do is just beat them down. We have to just build them up. Let them know that they're going to make mistakes. Because last time I checked, wasn't nobody perfect but Jesus Christ. So we all make mistakes. And when your kid do something that you don't like, don't beat them down. Just show them where they made a mistake at. And just love on them. Because this day and age, the world do not care nothing about your child. They would devour your child. And if they get lost in this world, some of them don't come back. Some of them are never the same again. So we have to be careful how we treat our kids. And make sure that when it comes to you, your child, is always a relationship with Jesus Christ first. And you got to instill that in your kids. Let them know that Jesus Christ is number one. Because if you don't put Jesus Christ in your relationship, the relationship will not work when it comes to your child. They might drift away, but eventually they'll come back because they're going to remember the things that you instilled in them when it came to Jesus Christ. Because when it comes to Jesus Christ, you cannot lose when it comes to the Word of God. God is more powerful than anything that you can ever give your child, any advice that you ever can give your child, because that's all part of life lessons. So if you really love your child, be open-minded. Be firm on what you believe when it comes to Jesus Christ. But at the same time, you got to deal with your kids in love and not in anger. This is 2024. Them days are long gone because the streets are eating these kids up now. If you really value your relationship with your kids, be open-minded. Don't be so judgmental, and show your kids love, because that's what is a lot of that is what missing in the parents' homes today. That is what's missing. That's why kids are turning to everything but the parents. They turn into drugs, alcohol, their friends, school, teachers, everything but us. And if you want your relationship with your child to be, I won't say back like it was, but if you want it to be better than it is, then come to them. Show your kids grace. Just like God showed us grace and mercy, show your kids some grace. And build your relationship with them. Start all over. Hit the reset button. Start all over with your child or your kids. Let's show them grace. Because everybody is not, our kids, we know, we look at all the stuff that we done when we was younger. And we forgot about all of that, didn't we? So we have to show our kids grace. We have to show them the main thing. You have to show your kids you love them. Instead of always yelling and screaming and pointing your fingers at them and tell them how bad he is and how a mess up they are, and they never get stuff done right. Love on your child. Love on your kids. But at the same time, you got to point out where they're wrong at too, so they can learn from their mistakes. But love conquers everything. Love conquers all. And put Jesus Christ in your relationship and pray. Pray for your kids every day. Don't never stop praying for them, because eventually it's going to click. I have kids. I pray for them, all of mine. I pray for all of them. Every last one of them. I ain't going to never give up on them. Because at the end of the day, we got to realize our kids is not us. But we do want them to be better than us, though. And sometimes that's why we show them tough love. But at the same time, we can show them tough love, but we got to love on our kids too. Like I said, it's got to be a balance. I don't want to keep going on and on about this, but listen, we losing the war out here when it comes to our kids. That's why a lot of our kids are becoming lost. We want to be the one that our kids come to and confine in us. And I'm not saying have a drink with your kid and smoke with your kid. That ain't what I'm doing, because eventually that's going to be detrimental to them in the long run. And it's going to be your fault. You can't smoke with your kids. You can't drink with your kids thinking you're doing them a disservice. I mean, you're doing them a disservice by smoking and drinking with them. Because when your relationship devour with them, disintegrate with them, then they go off and drink and smoke with somebody else, what can you say? You started it. You started that habit. They was doing it anyway, but you made it cool for them to do that. So what can you say when you smoke and drink with your kids? You can't say nothing, because you thought it was cool. The first thing you said, well, at least I know where they at. At least I know they safe. No, you know how you make sure your kids safe? By giving them good advice. By having them do things that you didn't do. Have them learn from your mistakes. Drinking and smoking with your kid is the worst thing you can do. Allowing your kids to drink and smoke in your home is the worst thing you can do. Because it ain't going to last. And eventually they're going to want to smoke and drink somewhere else. And ain't nothing you can say, because you'll be a hypocrite. So if you really want to uplift your kids, encourage them and build them up, give them great advice. And make sure you incorporate Jesus Christ in everything you say and everything you do in your relationship with your kids and yourself. You have to be right too. Because if you ain't right and you miserable and your life ain't going good, it's just going to reflect. It's just going to reflect on your kids. Because if you ain't happy, they not going to be happy. And don't hold your kids back. Let your kids spread their wings. And respect your kids. And teach them. If you teach your kids the right thing to do when they do spread their wings, it will go with them. Everything you taught them will go with them. And that's why I say it's important that you teach them about Jesus Christ, because this world don't care nothing about your kids. Nothing about your kids at all. But I'm out of here, y'all. Y'all take care. Peace.